everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to day 882 of trying a new makeup product every day. Today I'm going to be trying out another drugstore makeup product. This is from Maybelline. It's the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Treatment Makeup. So I bought this because it looks like a foundation version of the concealer that I love, the Age Rewind, Instant Age Rewind Under Eye Brightening Concealer. Has a really long title. I can have my review video of the concealer that I love linked in the description down below. This sounds nice. It's got SPF 18. It has beneficial skincare ingredients in it such as goji berry and collagen. I got this in the shade 120 Creamy Ivory. I think I tried to get it in the lightest shade that my CVS had. So I did buy this from CVS for $12.99. But as I've learned, you can get your drugstore makeup products for a lot cheaper at other places rather than CVS. Alright, and so I do really like the applicator of this. At least I liked it in the concealer version. So you just twist it, and as time goes on you'll see that this gets shorter and shorter as the product pushes up. I just find it really quick and easy to apply when it's this type of applicator, and I hadn't really seen this anywhere else. And the tip is antimicrobial, so they say that you shouldn't wash it with soap or water or anything like that. You're just supposed to wipe it with like a dry tissue or something. And so when I would use the concealer of this, I would still blend it in with a makeup sponge, but to start out I am going to just try using the applicator and see how that works. Also, I am breaking out so bad along my cheeks from wearing a mask, and I mean, it's totally worth it, but that's a new spot for me to have breakouts, so that's not very fun. So let's hope that I get some coverage over those with this foundation. But ooh, I am actually really liking how it's looking with the applicator. So what I might do is just try and blend it all over my face as much as I possibly can, and then I'll just go over the slight little kind of brush marks with my sponge just to smooth it over. But it actually is blending out really nicely with this sponge applicator. This looks like a good shade match as well, and pretty nice coverage. You can see how it just really got rid of a lot of the redness in my cheeks already. I am noticing a slight sunscreen scent to it, but it's pretty mild, so it doesn't really bother me. It's kind of fun using this applicator all over my face. It kind of feels like using like a little paint sponge or something. I really had not seen much about this product as far as, you know, YouTube reviews or just people talking about it. And it didn't really have the best ratings online. Now I'm just taking my dampened sponge and just bouncing it all over my face to smooth out any brush texture, or I guess sponge texture, applicator texture, and just in case I missed any little crevices like around my mouth. Just make sure it's completely blended. Blended into my hairline as well. I definitely missed that. But all in all, this entire application process was pretty quick. And it does look pretty good on the skin. This claims to be hydrating, and I do see some dryness peeking through where I have dry patches on my chin. I can see some of that texture. It's not that bad, but I just like to be really picky and look really up close at my makeup and just let you know any sort of imperfections I see. But so I didn't use any sort of hydrating primer or anything like that. All I did was cleanse my skin, and I put on my Vanna cream, which is just a very, very light, minimal kind of lotion. So even though this foundation says it's hydrating, I would definitely, personally at least, still need to use a hydrating primer because it's not hydrating enough for my skin. Yeah, and if I'm using my little magnifying glass mirror, I can see a little bit of that dry, kind of cakey texture. And I can see that even on the parts of my face, like my cheeks, that are not dry. Therefore, it's especially noticeable on the places that actually are dry. But if I just back up a little bit, you don't even see the texture. But I am very picky about my foundation, and I don't like to see any texture whatsoever. And I can see a little bit of texture. But so I want to go ahead and layer up even more where I still have that redness, some blemishes. And let's see if this is buildable. It does seem to be buildable. Not quite to fully complete full coverage, but I would say in between medium and full coverage, like where I really do have blemishes and a lot of redness, it's still peeking through even though I have layered on a lot, but that's okay. I would just spot conceal that area. For me, especially where I do kind of have combination skin, I think that what looks best for me is about a medium coverage, and then I can do concealer to get that full coverage where I need it, like on blemishes or my under eyes. But for the rest of my face, I don't like it to look too full coverage, heavy, cakey. I want my skin to look natural, which is why I kind of prefer a medium coverage for an all over the face look. Or I like to just put, you know, full coverage right on the spots that I need it. But so if my skin was not breaking out right now, I would be really happy with the amount of coverage I can get from this. And so now that I have the foundation fully applied, here is what it looks like. And it looks decent. It's not perfect because it's not a perfect texture. You can tell that I have foundation on my face. And I also have some large pores along my cheeks and my nose. And like I said, I didn't put on any primer, such as a pore filling primer or anything like that. And I can see that this is kind of settling into the pores a little bit where I can see texture. I don't see it settling into fine lines though, so that's good, especially because this is an age rewind, like a foundation that's made for aging skin. You don't want it to settle into fine lines, and it does not seem to be settling into my lines, so that's good. And as far as the texture that it gives the skin, I would say it's a natural finish. It's not super matte, it's not super glowy, but I do get a little bit of radiance to it, so I like this kind of healthy texture finish that it leaves on the skin. So all in all, I would say this is decent. I think I would agree with the ratings that I saw on this, which were about 3.5 stars out of 5. That's kind of what I would rate this as well. It's good enough that I wouldn't return it, I would still use it, but it wouldn't be my absolute favorite go-to foundation at all. I would be really curious though to know if you've tried this out, what your thoughts are on it. I guess I kind of understand why this doesn't get the hype that the concealer gets, because in my opinion the concealer is a lot better than this. And when it comes to my foundation review videos, I like to do a wear test and update you in the description on how the foundation lasts. So I'm definitely going to do that, and just check out the description down below if you want to hear my wear test results. I'll let you know how this looked on my skin as the day went on. If it ends up looking weird in any sort of way, if my other makeup doesn't apply well on top of it, I'll let you know in the description down below. But thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.